education is make, do, amend. And this time at school I've been learning about World War II. And during the war, not only food was rationed, but clothes and fabric to make them. And they were rationed from June 1941. The government supported a make, do, and mend scheme to encourage people to reuse and repair old and worn-out clothes. People became careful and creative. They even made underwear from unwanted parachutes. They used rags and scraps of material to make rugs, otherwise known as rag rugs, and old jumpers that didn't fit anymore were unpicked and reknitted into something else, say a scarf. And the government issued a small booklet to every household to help people think about how they could reuse and look after the clothes they did have. And in here it says, the contents page, it says to make clothes last longer, the stitching time, washing and ironing hints, turn out and renovate, unpick and knit again, and it would have all things like how to darn. And when you did get clothes, you had a booklet of clothes coupons, and you got one booklet a year, and so you had to make all of them last out through the year to buy clothes. And clothes were on ration because the factories that usually made clothes were being used for the war effort to make bandages or
parachutes.
Yeah, parachutes. But people found alternatives. Like women, they used to, instead of buying tights and stockings, they would use like the OXO cubes and colour their legs in and draw a line down the back so it looked like they were wearing stockings. And they had all stuff for makeup and stuff as well, but that's not the point. And I've got, they also put up lots of posters to like boost morale and stuff, and so make do and then.
This is like most of them common clothing.
And I've also got some pictures here of when I went to the V&A and we saw some clothes here. This coat here is more when the war was, because you can see it's more straight. Whereas here they've started to add, this is just after the war, and they started to add a bit more fabric in, because you can see it goes out more there and that would have taken more fabric. And this is kind of when it went back to adding more and more fabric in, because it's got loads of pleats there. And because you didn't use pleats in the war, because that used up more and more fabric. And so, oh, that's that as well. By the way, the little dress is nothing to do with it.
Read the next bit.
So, alright, I'm just going to show you this. This is a wartime fashion book, and this page I thought was the best one because it's homemade fashion, and it shows you the kind of clothes that they would wear. Again, it's not really fancy, but it was the thing was to look smart, and you didn't go to work with your hair not brushed. You'd have to look smart. And they're all like things in here, like new fingers sewn onto frayed gloves, and a skirt made from an old quilt, and a ribbon bow sewn on to hide a worn-out collar. today are becoming more aware of how the fashion industry has a downside and environmental cost. During the war, they didn't have enough resources to waste. But now we have so many different resources, but so much is wasted. People are only just realising that the resources we have are precious and will run out. Coming to this class has not only taught me new skills, but it has made me aware of how much the fashion industry and we as individuals and consumers waste. My generation and my friends would love to have even just some of the make, do and mend skills that they had in World War II. Then we could fix our own clothes instead of just binning them and buying new ones when they break. By doing that, we could make a difference to save resources. We care about our planet. And I've got some more pictures here. This is one also in the V&A. And pass that round. And this is like the modern make, do and mend. Pass that round as well. And this is the final thing. This is a darning mushroom. So if you had a hole in your clothes, you would put where the hole was over the mushroom, and then you would darn it over the mushroom.
What is darning?
So just fixing over the hole,
Oh.
really. And I've got these. These are a bit big, but I've kind of got leaflets almost.
Hand out.
Handouts.